Hello, this is Miss Ashley at San Marcos Public Library, and I'm back to bring you part 2 of our Choose Your Own Adventure puppet show. Now, last week, I had you vote on how Joe should go on his quest. Do you remember Joe? This is my friend Joe, the warthog. Hi, everybody. Well, you voted to send Joe through the mountains on horseback on his quest to find the magic seashell that will let him become a great mariachi. Are you ready to go on your quest, Joe?
Yep, let's go.
So, Joe was ready to set out on his quest. He knew that he needed to find a magic seashell, but where could he go? Now, Joe knew that if he went through the mountains, on the other side of the mountains was the seashore. But how to get through the mountains? Why? Horseback, of course. So Joe put on his cowboy hat and found a horse and set off.
Wait a minute, where's the horse?
Well, Joe, this is kind of like Shakespeare. I can't fit a real horse on this stage, so we're going to have to use our imagination, okay? Hey, everybody who's watching, can you help us out? Will you help me make some horse noises for Joe as he rides off through the mountainside? Okay, are you ready, Joe?
Ready.
So Joe got on his horse and rode off through the mountains. Let's make our horse noises. You can even neigh if you want to. Ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-dum, 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 bum, bum, ba-da-dum, 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 bum, bum, ba-ba-dum, bum, bum. Now, when Joe got to the mountains, he went through a narrow pass, but before he could make it all the way through, suddenly he met a big animal, a bear.
Roar! Who's that coming through me mountains?
Said the bear. And Joe said,
It's me, Joe the warthog. I'm on my way through the mountains to become a mariachi.
Well, you look like a pig to me, and I'm so hungry I could eat a pig.
well, that made Joe mad.
That's Mr. Pig to you,
He said. The bear was startled. He'd never had his dinner talk back to him. Now, Joe didn't want to fight. He just wanted to continue on his quest to become a mariachi. So he said to the bear,
I'll make you a deal. I'm on my way to the seashore, and I'll bring you back something delicious to eat from the seashore. What do you say about that?
The bear thought about it. Now, he had never been to the seashore, and he'd never had anything delicious from the seashore. And he was very hungry, so...
All right, I'll let you through, but you bring me back something good, okay? Okay,
said Joe. And the bear let Joe continue on his way through the mountains.
Da-da-dum, 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 dum-dum, da-da-dum, 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 dum-dum.
Then finally Joe made his way through the mountains and came to the seashore, and he said, Whoa! And he stopped, and he got off his horse. He took off his cowboy hat so that it wouldn't blow away, and he looked around the seashore. There was a beautiful wind blowing off the ocean and waves rolling in, and Joe went looking along the beach for a seashell. Now, at first he didn't find a seashell. The very first thing he found was a coconut.
Oh, a coconut. Yeah, that'll work. That's something delicious I can take to the bear,
said Joe. But it was not a magic seashell. So he kept looking and looking until he found a seashell. Now, Joe knew that when he found the magic seashell and held it to his ear, he would hear a song that would tell him what to do next. So finally Joe found a seashell. He held it up to his ear and he heard nothing. It was not the magic seashell. So Joe kept looking. Then he found another seashell and he held it up to his ear, but all he heard was the sound of the ocean. This was not the magic seashell either. Joe looked and looked until he was almost ready to give up. And finally he found a seashell that when he held it to his ear, he heard very, very faintly music. It sounded like mariachi music. Now at first, he couldn't understand the words. He could only hear the sound of the music, but then it grew louder and louder, and he could hear the words of the song telling him where to go next. The song told him that he must find a very special creature in order to get what he needs to be a mariachi. Now everyone, it's your turn to vote. Where should Joe go next? What creature should he seek out to help him in his quest now that he's found the magic seashell? Should he go and find a parrot? Should he go and find a shark? Or should he go and find a dragon? Please vote in the comments below and make sure to watch next week to find out who Joe will meet next in his quest to become a mariachi.